Empowering high school students through problem solving. That is the very simple goal of the Wege Prize High School Collaborative Studio. But when you take a deeper dive, you can't help but be impressed with what comes out of these workshops, what our young people are capable of, and more importantly, what they'll do as they move forward. The 2024 cohort just wrapped up, and we are excited to have Gail DeBrine, who leads the program, along with the two local participants. We've got Parker and Ananya here with us as well. So thank you guys all for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Let's start with what this program is all about. Give us the lowdown of how this works.
So at Kendall, we host an international design competition called the Wege Prize. And it occurred to us a few years ago that it might be kind of fun to see if we could motivate some high school students through a really fast-paced 2-week workshop that patterns after the prize, which is a 9-month project in college, and see if it would stimulate some interest, and then maybe then they go to college, they might pick up the ball and keep going. So this looks at circular design. We're looking at problems that are systemic and complicated and complex, and we're showing them some opportunities around the town. Maybe they'll talk about that, and then asking them in teams of 5, what compels you as an issue that needs looking at, and then they choose something and we work on that. But the solution must not have any waste or pollution. It must be regenerative, and it must be supportive of our biosphere.
Okay, perfect. So given that you two are on different teams, let's start with you, Parker. Let's talk about what you were working on.
Yeah, so our team was really focusing on waste management. So we looked at how much of waste in America is compostable. So we were looking at narrowing down to composting, because 25% of landfills in the U.S. are made of compost material, and that's tons upon tons of material. It's such an unfathomable amount, you can't even imagine it, right?
Yeah.
So really, we wanted to look into what the root cause of it was, and we saw that a lot of people weren't composting because either they didn't have access to it or they weren't educated about it. So we narrowed down on, we wanted to focus on how could we educate the public, how could we educate Grand Rapids. So what we looked at was, we looked at how could we really educate the general people. So we employed like a website as a design, and then we had flyers with QR codes that they could scan, and we really just wanted to present how we could really step towards a greener future with our project. But yeah.
I love that. Well, you can come to my house. I just got a composter. You can come teach me what I need to do. All
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
All right, Ananya, tell us about your project.
So our team was called the Sturgeon, and we were really inspired by a visit that we made to Banff Health, which was a hospital, and they had a lot of focus on having a good design for the people that went there. They were like very open and welcoming, and there was a lot of design aspects that made it feel more comfortable. So we thought, why not implement that into a space that like really needs it, which is mental health care. Most like psychiatric hospitals are not very welcoming. They feel very institutionalized. So we kind of created an organization that made design readily available to hospitals that are looking to improve their care. And we made it in like a modular kind of way, so you could take pieces of it and not have to implement the whole thing, because price is also a really big factor in these things. So we just really wanted to improve the climate of mental health care and destigmatize mental institutions, because they're really something that is like thought of as scary and shameful, but they're really just a place to go and recover. And we tried to implement a lot of different things that we learned throughout the program in our design, and yeah.
I love that, right? Your surroundings make such a big difference in your quality of care as well. So both of you now have gone through this. Talk about what you pulled from it. What did you like?
Going into it, I really thought it would just be, I knew we were going around Grand Rapids. I knew we were going to talk to some people. I knew we would work as a team and solve a problem, but that's all I knew. And really stepping out of it and looking back on everything we did, we really learned how to make the world a better place, how we can improve not just locally, but globally, and how if we all work together, we can really solve these problems. So it was a really cool opportunity for sure.
Yeah, I think that going into it, I had no idea what a wicked problem was, anything like that. And I really thought it was going to be like environmentally focused. I thought it was going to be something like that, but it was really surprising to me how so many different like disciplines and so many different like careers could like connect together. We learned a lot about different things, like people kept on wanting to improve in their field, like Banff Health and the hospital industry. and people that were wanting to bring back the Rapids just in Grand Rapids. It was really cool to see how everyone just wanted to improve their industries and further their impact on the world. Yeah.
Wonderful. So are you guys going to try to go for this in college? You're going to try to do this again?
Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure, hopefully.
And Gail, talk to us about the students who are eligible, how they can get involved, because this is open to, this is what a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's amazing. So if you are going into your junior or senior year in the next fall, which you are, you can apply. And the applications will be up very soon on our kcad.edu/WegeHS website by Thanksgiving, because
Okay.
we know that's when folks are thinking about their summer. You can be, as long as you have a way to be here. We had a student from Kenya this year who also has family in the area, so she was able to stay with family. And that was remarkable, right? Because it's a global world and we're working across cultures all the time. So that was really a gift for us to have Tamara here. And we have the application process, and there's a reference that's required, not your parents. And then we review those, and then we make selections. We always have a reserve group, and we always need our reserve group because things happen, right? People say in January, I'm going to be there, and by maybe February or so, they have a conflict. So we take 20.
20 kids.
And we'll be ready for next year very soon.
What an amazing opportunity, completely free too. You get a stipend.
You get a stipend,
Yeah.
for sure. We value your time. We know that you'd be working somewhere else if you weren't there. So your time is important too.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations to you both. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here and sharing that with us. Gail, thank you so much for
Thank
all
you for
you
having
do.
us.
You want to learn more, you want to get that application in, coming up Thanksgiving, kcad.ferris.edu/community for more. We'll be right back.